What's up, guys? Welcome to B Sports Picks. So yesterday I gave you guys one winner, and I told you to be very careful with the Astros. They ended up losing. At the end of the day, I went back, ended up looking at them again, and I ended up taking them, and they lost. So it was a 1-1 on the free picks. Actually, well, I'm not going to count that as a 1-on-1 because I told you to be careful with that one. I did also say what's crazy. I said be careful with the Dodgers. The line was shifting away from them. They were supposed to win by 3 runs. They ended up losing by like 6 runs, which was crazy. So sometimes it's better not to take a bet than to actually go with the favorites like that. So for people that were talking crap before saying, hey, you always take the Dodgers, I made it very clear I'm not taking the Dodgers and the reasoning why. And then the damn Diamondbacks whooped on them yesterday. So there's a big regression coming for the Dodgers today. They pretty much got embarrassed. So what's up, man? 9-2 day overall, which was great. Good morning. Thank you guys for being here, man. I'm going to give you guys a ton of value. There's a lot of stuff up here, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time explaining everything, but I'm going to show you guys what I do in my process of elimination. So basically, I'm going to go through my step-by-step process very quickly, and I'm going to show you how the reason I'm showing you this is because I want you guys to see how long it takes if you were to do this manually. But now I have it to the point where I'm doing this automatically. So I have a ton of value, and I just take snapshots of certain things, and I'm able to see very quickly what I should be playing and what should I be staying away from. So let me just get into it so you can see what the hell I'm talking about instead of me just yapping, and then you'll see what I'm doing. So I created these automations overall, and they've been helping out a lot. So hold on one second. Why is this not showing? So anyways, at the end of the day, this is what I'm going to be looking at. It's called the verdict, the sharp line verdict. So basically 4 hours of research in 15 minutes. And it's basically going to give you the breakdown. Don't take snapshots of this. It's not done yet. But basically, it's going to give you a verdict of everything that I'm looking at for the day. So it'll say, like, these are the sharp plays that you should be looking at. These are the one-hitters. These are the convergence plays. These are the hot batters. This is where the line is going. And then there's going to be expert plays and stuff like that. So this is the end goal. I'm not quite there yet, but this is what it's looking like right now. This is what I look at every single day. I used to do this manually. Like I said, I used to have to type all this stuff out. Now I get this in the morning and I just go down my list. So before I even load anything up, I have this sheet, and then I just go down and have like a checklist. So again, this is from today. If you guys want to take screenshots of this is legit. So right now what I'm doing is, so I took these two right here as a parlay, if you guys want to do that. So this is the Tigers and the Phillies on the under, no run first inning. That's what you see up here. So I took these as a 2-leg parlay because the odds are expensive at a 350 and a 450. Or I'm sorry, 400 and a 350. So I did both of those as a 1-leg parlay. These are the 3 teams that I should be looking at for the under no run first inning. I don't put too much juice into this section here, but it tells me these are the ones I should be looking at. Okay, so the under stolen bases I did as a 2-leg parlay, another 3-leg parlay, and another 2-leg parlay. If you guys want to take screenshots of those, I did them as under stolen bases. Both channels agree these are expert insights. So Marlins are coming up as a very strong play today. The sharp plays, it's coming up as the Braves and the Guardians. I'm sorry, the Braves and the Marlins. You can see right here, Atlanta and Miami. And those 2 teams are the ones that I'm going to actually be looking at in this video. I think without even going further into this, I'm pretty sure I'm going to take Atlanta because there's a 5 out of 5 convergence. There's an elite bullpen. They got Libertone to fade a Libertone. The odds, we have to check on the odds. There's a lot of line value. There's consensus on the market. So there's a lot of stuff that is already being pointed at that says that Atlanta is probably one of the strongest plays on the board. On top of that, Miami, there's a few issues here. And then the other one I'm going to look at is Toronto. So I'm going to be looking at Atlanta, Toronto, Miami, and then the under on Miami and Cleveland. So it's going to be 4 different things I'm looking at in this video. On top of that, I'm going to show you guys what I worked on for the 1 hits. how they're super filtered out. And they're telling me now, when I look at it, I made it super clean and super easy to read. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. But this is the type of stuff that I got to go through every single day. And now it's getting to the point where instead of spending 4 hours, I literally going to spend about 30 minutes. And like I said, instead of spending all this time putting everything together, it's literally on a checklist and it's on the Sharp Edge tool. Okay. So again, if you guys don't have access to this tool, you guys are missing out. So let me do this first and then we can get into it. What's up, boss? What's up, bro? I went into stupidity mode last night and got slammed. Yeah, dude, I don't do that. So there, you got to do something called bankroll management. Even on my worst days, the most I'll ever lose is about 4 units. Even on one of the worst days, I think the worst day I've lost this year, I think I lost like 4.5 units. So that's what's called discipline, bankroll management, all that stuff. If you guys don't know those concepts, go to my channel and type in the word bankroll management. If you guys are on X, come to YouTube and subscribe here. All right, let me keep going here. So this tool, this tool right here that you're looking at is called the MLB Team Insights. I've been talking about this pretty much for 2 weeks, and this one is free. You go to the third link, or actually the fourth link today on today's video, and you'll see this, and it's for free. You don't have to even put your email or anything, and it gives you the breakdown of the best teams, the worst teams, and then the who's facing each other from those worst teams and best teams. Okay. So let me just give you a quick breakdown. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one because I have a lot to go through today. And then I want to show the receipts of what happened yesterday very quickly as well. So the Red Sox are number 1. I told you guys to go with the Red Sox. There was a lot of stuff that was kind of like a 50-50 coin toss, but the overall picture, they ended up winning. So we took the Red Sox at a plus 130, I believe it was, and they hit pretty easily. So the Tigers are very good right now. The Dodgers actually moved up in value. They were 5th. Now they're 3rd. The Miami Marlins, you can see now they're on the top 5. They weren't even on the top 5 as of yesterday. So now they're top 5. And then the Rays are actually going down. They were number 1. Now they're going down to number 5. I ended up taking the Rays. I explained the Rays yesterday. I was a little iffy on them. They were expensive, but I took them anyway, and they ended up winning. So Red Sox won for us yesterday, and the Rays won for us yesterday. The Dodgers got demolished, so their value is actually dropping. Tigers, I can't believe they're up here. 75% hit rate in the last 14 days. Dodgers are 69%, Marlins are 69%, and the Rays are 69%. Now we look at the worst teams. You got the Athletics. They're literally the worst team right now. They're winning at a 8.3%. So in the last 12 games, they've won 1 game. The Padres, 21%. Yankees are 30%. And sorry, so let me just do it this way. Athletics are the worst. Padres are 2nd worst. Yankees are 3rd worst. Royals are 4th worst. And the Angels are 5th worst. One other thing I'll note is that the Angels did come up as a sharp line move. So the line is shifting in their favor, and a bunch of batters kept coming up. So that is a very big contradiction because they do suck. You can see right there, they're hitting at a 33% hit rate, but the line is shifting in their favor. So these type of things are when you start analyzing and saying, there's no reason I should take this team because even if the line is shifting in their favor, they suck. Look at this right here. Okay, now we look at the top 10 teams versus the bottom 10 teams. That's it. There's nothing else involved there. And it tells you right here, the Minnesota Twins, number 9, going against the Angels, number 27, just like I said. And you got the Rays, number 5, versus the Mariners, number 23. And then you got the Cubs, number 6, versus the Reds, number 25. So literally, when I was doing this about 2 years ago in football, I was doing something called fading the horrible dogs. And that's literally what this is. So you're looking at a horrible team versus a very good team. And then you do the research from there. But if you take a screenshot of this, actually, you don't even need to take a screenshot. This is free. Go to the 4th link. It says best versus worst teams. And then you get this, and you'll see scroll down to the bottom, and you'll see that for today. This is literally for today. All right. So let me keep going here. What's up, bro? I lost 2 units. Ain't no big deal. Yeah. So let's keep going here. One-on-one, like I mentioned, I'm going to take the 0. It's not a one-on-one. It's literally a 1-0 because I did say Astros. Be careful with them. I told you guys to stay away from the Dodgers. And look at this, 9-2 VIP on the picks yesterday. I told you guys stay away from the Dodgers. The Diamondbacks were before they started the game, the line had moved 40 cents, which was even more dramatic than when I created the video, and they ended up demolishing the Dodgers. So in that same sense, I showed Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman plays for the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman only went up to bat 3 times. I didn't check if he got walked or not, but normally he gets up to bat 4 to 5 times. Yesterday he only got up to bat 3 times. What that means is that they were getting shut down, and he got less chances to get a hit. So out of these 2 losses right here, one of them was Freddie Freeman. He did not get a hit, and that's because they got shut down. I hope that's making sense. All right, Boston Red Sox 6-2. I told you guys to take the Red Sox on yesterday's video. I explained the Rays. I said I was going to maybe stay away. I wasn't sure. They ended up winning 7-2. And then this is the one that I said I was going to take a loss, that I said was very, very iffy. I should have just stayed away, but I took them anyway, and they lost. So today's slate for the biggest mismatches for pitching, you got Schlittler over here versus Mikolas. This is a big mismatch. The gap is 16 points. I'm not going to get into all the details here. You can take a screenshot if you want. But basically, it's saying Minnesota is a huge mismatch versus the Angels. That's another negative thing that I was just talking about, the Angels. The Angels are one of the worst teams, literally. And the line is shifting in their favor. But then, so the line is shifting the line is shifting in their favor. But you can see they're one of the worst teams, and there's a huge mismatch from Joe Ryan versus Johnson. All right, the other one is Yamamoto for today. It's a big mismatch. Yamamoto for the Dodgers versus this guy here. I can't pronounce his name. Pafat, I think it is. And then Milwaukee and Chandler. So you could take a screenshot of this if you want. I'm not going to explain further into this because I'm not taking any of these teams. But this is something good to know if you were looking at any of these teams. Let me just show you the proof yesterday. These were the 9 plays. Trent Grisham to get 1 hit. Boston, you can see I got him at a plus 124. So that hit as a nice underdog right there. Rafael Devers, I had him to get 1 hit. He ended up getting 3 hits. We had the Tigers and the Phillies on the under first inning. You can see they scored a lot, 12 runs total, but they did not get a hit, a run in the first inning. We got Kevin McGonigal right there to get 1 hit. Luckily, this guy, he ended up getting a hit at the bottom of the 9th or the top of the 9th or something. So he ended up coming through all the way at the end, which was a sweat. The Rays, that's the one I just showed you. Marlins and Guardians, again on the under, no run first inning. And then this one, he got canceled, so I only got paid out for 1, Steven Kwan. And the Rays, I think I just duplicated the screenshots there. So anyways, it was a 9-2 day overall. I already showed you my bet card. This is literally what I'm going to be doing every day from now on, is I'm going to come over here, look at my bet card, and then I'll be able to just kind of pick and choose what I want from here. And then that's going to go into my my VIP section, which is the verdict, which is going to be right here. And then once you see this is literally 95% chance I'm going to take whatever you see on this page is going to be 95% chance is what I'm going to be throwing out to the VIP. That's going to be part of the Sharp Edge VIP. I'll explain that once it's ready. All right, let's keep going here. And then I'm going to look at the 4 teams that I was talking about. So the Sharp plays right now, it's pointing towards Atlanta, 8.5%, or I'm sorry, 8.5 confidence, which is 85%. Miami Marlins, 75%. And this is the tool called Sharp Edge. You get 7 days for free if you go check that out in the link in the description. And you can see there's a bunch of tools here, which I'm not going to talk about all of them. But if you just literally go right here where it says Sharp Plays, it'll bring you to this page. And what I noticed is in the analytics, when people sign in, to people that are paying for this tool, when they sign in, they go strictly to this page. And I don't blame them, because this page, these teams that are showing right here under Nuclear and Strong, they're hitting currently at a 67% hit rate without even doing any other research. So they're hitting very strongly, is what I should say. Now we go to the overall today's games. You can see a quick breakdown is the Twins are supposed to win. I just showed you the reason. One of the reasons why is strong pitching. They're supposed to win by 2 runs. These are all projections. You got Giants. You got the Yankees are supposed to win. The Mets are supposed to win. The Marlins are supposed to win. The Rays are supposed to win. Phillies, Baltimore, Braves, Blue Jays, and Dodgers. You can see yesterday, again, they were supposed to win by 3 runs. Same thing today, and they ended up losing. But one big thing I will say is that they have their they have their ace pitcher with Yamamoto out there today. All right, let me keep going here. So let's look at the Braves now. Like I said, before I even look at this, I'm going to tell you I'm more than likely I'm going to take this play. There's a lot of other information already that's telling me to take the Braves. So let's take a look at it. The Braves projected score is supposed to win by 1. The win probability is 54%. You can just see all this green on this side, which is the overall picture. Better offense, better defense. St. Louis, okay, now it's saying the opposite. St. Louis is leading 9 out of the 11 categories. However, they are a C-graded team overall. So that is already one contradiction. Now, the other play, this is not it. I'm going to look at Miami on the under also. But over here, it's saying the under. Take a look on the under. The pitching advantage is towards Atlanta. Advantage on the ERA on the bullpen. Let me close out this Discord. Give me a second. The ERA is amazing. This is one of the best. I'm sorry, the bullpen ERA is one of the best in baseball right now. You can see they have a 1.66 ERA for the bullpen. That is literally one of the best bullpens in baseball. They intentionally getting more innings. They got the best relief core. Libertone is objectively bad. That's the opposite. I'm not going to go into all these details, but literally it's just saying everything is pointing towards Atlanta. You can read this if you want, but I read that before I started this video, or I'm sorry, when I first started this video. The line is shifting very slightly in their favor, so that's one reason it did not come up at the beginning. One of the first things that I look at is the line move. The reason it didn't come up is because the line is not moving in their favor. So that's one actually red flag, but there's reasoning behind that as well. 54% chance they're going to win. This is the reason maybe why the line is not shifting. 25% hit rate in the last 16 games on the road. So that is very, very bad. So I'm gonna take a note of this. 25% on the road. All right, let's keep going. That's a very big red flag. The market prices Atlanta 1 full run higher, 4.5 versus 3.5. So what this means is that this is the odds from DraftKings directly, and it's saying that they'll give you the odds of -135 that they're going to go under 5 runs for Atlanta, and St. Louis is going to go over 3.5 runs. So don't confuse this. What this is saying is that there's literally a 1-run differential in Atlanta's favor, even though that this is going down and this one's going up. The price difference is on 1 full run. I hope that makes sense. So it's also leaning on the under, just like I showed you on top. This game is leaning on the under. Sharp pitch is awesome. Where is the MLB Insight page? I must be missing it. The MLB Insight page is not on the Sharp Edge. That is my personal tool, like I said. And then it's going to become part of the VIP section of the Sharp Edge. It's not going to be just for the $20. It's going to be the VIP section. Once it's created, that's the personal tool that I use to bring all my stuff together and then just kind of save time overall. All right, I took Freeland 2 runs, Brandon Peffet 2 runs. If you guys want to check that out as a 2-leg, I'll leave that up there. All right, so let's keep going here. We got Reynaldo Lopez versus Matthew Libertone. You can see we're basically fading Libertone, which is the starting pitcher. ERA is much better. The FIP is much better. And then the bullpen is amazing. So this is an A-grade pitcher versus a D-grade pitcher. Bullpen is amazing over here, a 1.66 ERA for the available ERA for the pitchers. And then these guys are literally one of the worst teams to get at bat right now. So I think just the overall picture, without going deeper into this, is that that even though the Braves suck on the road as of lately, I think the pitching and the bullpen, they have their ace pitcher out there, and the bullpen and the bats are better as well. Plus, the odds are showing that it's going to go in Braves' favor. I really like this one. I'm going to take the risk. The only big risk right here I see is that on the road they suck, but I think everything else points that they should be winning this game. So that's the play, guys. I'm going to take the Braves on the money line. All right, I'm going to go through the Miami game. I'm going to look through the under on the Miami game, and then I'm going to show you guys some batter prop stuff. I'm going to give you guys a ton of value in this video. So if you're on X, go to YouTube and sign up right there. Click on the link in the description and make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so. Now, go to the link in the description and then you click on where it says free picks if you haven't done that. And when you click on free picks, you're going to get an SMS alert. If you allow it, you'll get an SMS alert or a text message and an email. Whenever I post these videos or whenever I post a play, you'll get an alert and says, hey, these sports picks just posted a play. And then you don't have to even worry about it. You just get the alert, and those are free picks. Now, I'm going to go to Vegas, and I'm going to meet up with the people from Miami this weekend coming up, and we're going to be in Las Vegas for the World Championship Poker, the FIFA World Cup watch party, and then the NBA Summer League Championship. So there's going to be a huge event, and I'll be there with a bunch of cappers. And the reason I'm explaining this is what I'm doing for that is it's a promo code called Vegas. So if you click on the 1 month pass right here, and then there's going to be a promo code that says Vegas. It literally is the first link on this video. You get 50% off for 1 month VIP picks if you do that. And then that'll be because, like I said, I'm going to be in Vegas. I'm going to be talking to a bunch of these people that help me out to build better stuff for you guys as well. Last thing I'll mention on this screen is the join the Sharp Edge 7 days for free. All of these links are in the description, and then click on Sharp Edge. You get 7 days for free, and that's this tool that we've been talking about right here. Yeah, let's see. I should have got some water, guys. I'm sorry about that. Hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. And if you're on X, go to YouTube and subscribe there. All right, one of the strongest line moves is let me show you what I'm talking about by the strongest line move first, and then we'll go from there. So one of the things I look at every morning is this thing called the Sharp Line Monitor. And again, that's part of the Sharp Edge. And I'm not going to go through every single detail, but this is what I was talking about. Actually, I was going to show you this. I had it open on another screen. But you can see the line is shifting from underdog to less underdog. And when that happens, that means that the sharp money is hitting this side, and it's making a drop into the favor of the Angels. However, I've explained in different ways how I'm staying away from the Angels for many reasons. Minnesota also has a very good starting pitcher today. The rest of these don't really stand out to me. You can see that if you click on these little green buttons is when it pops up like that. So let's keep going. There's nothing here. The Astros are popping up a little bit. Royals are a little bit. Not much. Look at the Reds. They just came up. This wasn't like this morning. The Reds just came up. They went from underdog to favorite, and then they went back up to underdog, and now they're back to favorite. So this is a huge line move, and it's going dramatically in their favor, especially from being an underdog to a favorite. I'm not going to look at this game, but it stands out to me because whenever a team goes from underdog to favorite, it's a big deal. So you guys might want to check out the Reds today. I might stay away from them because the Cubs are one of the top 5 teams in baseball right now in the last 14 days. Now, this is the one I was saying with the Braves. As you can see, now the line is actually losing value for the Braves. So this is shifting a lot. It's 14 cents in the favor of the Cardinals now. So I'm going to go take a look. I'm still going to take it. The only reason I won't take this is if I'm not aware of a injury or something like that. So I'm going to check on the injury or if they pulled the starter or something like that. But I'm still taking the Braves unless of an injury or something like that. And the reason I'm saying that is because now the line, instead of being flat at 115, now it's going in the Cardinals' favor. That is not a good sign. The Blue Jays, it's going in their favor from underdog to favorite as well. And then the Dodgers is moving very slightly in their favor. If we scroll all the way to the bottom, you can see the Reds, the Cardinals, the Angels, the Blue Jays, and the Royals. Those are the ones that are moving right now. And then this gets updated every 30 minutes or every hour. And then it tells you, if you get closer to game time, it tells you which teams are getting pushed in the favor for the sharp money. All right, let's go back into the Blue Jays. This is one of the teams I wanted to look at. 50-50 chance overall on the win probability. The sharp read does say Yashij has more consistency. Buehler's last 2 blowups off season. There's a FIP regression, healthier back end, meaning the bullpen, rotation depth limits overuse. And then these guys are saying the home team, which is the Padres, is depleted. I think I also showed that the Padres is one of the worst teams right now. And now the lane is saying to skip this game. Let me take a closer look here. The line is shifting from underdog to favorite. So this is what's crazy is that 55% of the bets, 59% of the money is coming in on the Blue Jays, and the line is actually going from underdog to favorite. So that's good. Overall picture over 3.5, both of them. Pitching is not too much of a crazy difference. FIP is pretty close to each other. ERA is pretty close to each other. Bullpen is much better. The batting is similar. This is literally a coin toss, guys. I'm not going to touch this. I'm scratching the Toronto. The only thing that's showing somewhat decent is the line move, but I'm not putting that much emphasis on that. So I'm going to skip the Blue Jays. Now this one I'm going to look at the under, and I'm going to look at the Miami Marlins. So let's take a look. 59% win probability. I'm going to kind of speed this up a little bit, guys. I'm already at 27 minutes. So Perez is dominant. BB is FIP regression. Line is shifting in their favor slightly. 77% of the bets, 92% of the money is coming in on Miami. So I would like to see the line move more than that because there's that much money and bet percentage on the Marlins. But I'll still take it. 59% of the win probability, 75% in their last 16 games as a favorite. They are supposed to get 1 run more than Cleveland. And then you got the overall picture. Perez is much better than BB, or I want to say much better, but somewhat better. Overall grade, it does say that BB is better, but there's regression coming for him. Bullpen is similar. Miami's number 2 and OPS. This is the reason the line is coming up also, is that they're number 2 right now. I showed you on the top 5 teams. They're top 5 right now. Miami is. And Miami leads every category as far as the stats go. So I am taking Miami. Let me look on the under now. If you guys want to take Miami, go ahead. I'm taking the Braves. You might want to be careful with the Braves. You might want to see what happened if there was a scratch, meaning a key player, or the pitching got scratched. So be careful with that one. All right, let's go look on the under in the same game. 4.5 and 3.5 is, what is that, 7, 8 on the under. We're looking on the under. Let's see. Nothing's coming up. Let me take a look at the line move. The line is stuck on the under. Now, the money and the bet percentage is coming in on the over, and the line is kind of stuck on the under. I'm sorry, on the over. Let's go back to this, the sharp line monitor, and let's go click on totals. And let's go look at Miami. Where the hell is Miami? Give me a second. All right, so this is not good. The line started at a 7.5 and it's currently at an 8. So that line is shifting up. So that's already not a good sign. And I showed you 82% and 85% of the money's coming in on the over. So 9 out of the 19 last games, 14 of them have gone on the under. If we look at these numbers here, there's both going on the under. So under, what is that? Under 4 and under 3 is 7. So that's going in our favor. Very strong pitching on both sides. Well, I want to say strong pitching, but somewhat decent pitching on both sides. Bullpen is very good. Batting is very good over here, which is not good for us. So I'm skipping the total. So I'm just taking Miami. And that's about it. All right. Now, this NRFI board, I'm going to go through this super quick, but let me pull up my my other chart first. Give me a second. Let me pull this over here. And basically, I'm just going to show you what I'm looking at. So I'm going to go through my no-run first inning, but I'm going to be looking at my bet card while I do that. So I'm not going to flip back to this screen again, but this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at these are the teams that I should be looking at, but that does not mean that's what I'll be taking, okay? So I'm going to go through this super, super quick. What I normally do is take a quick glance over here on the right side, and everything looks decent over here. 70% hit rate, 100% hit rate. You can see Casey Mize, he's got like 15 games in a row where he has not allowed a run in the first inning. Christopher Sanchez is one of the better pitchers as well for the Phillies. He's actually their ace pitcher. One thing it's saying here to be careful is that the external resources or external sources are saying that you should be looking on the over on the run first inning. So that is already a red flag. Right here, it's saying that the rank for offense is 15, rank for offense is 19th, and this is strictly for the first inning. Very good batting here, very good batting here for the Phillies to go against Casey Mize. So you have to kind of analyze this. If these batters, Trey Turner and Bryce Harper, if both of them are getting very strong hits off of this guy, is that enough to get a run in the first inning? And I think not, especially with this guy having this many 100% hit rate in the last 10, 75% in the last 100. I think that is overwhelming. So I do like this one. I'm going to take Philly and Miami. I'm sorry, Detroit. Under, no run first inning. I'm doing this live, guys. That's the reason I'm taking my notes. But that is one of the ones that came up over here. So as you can see, this did come up for me to take a look at, which now I'll check off that I checked it out and I liked it. All right, let's keep going. Both of these starting pitchers are not even announced yet. I skip it automatically. 40%, 60% hit rate. I skip it. This is all green over here. This is decent. You got Jump over here. He's pretty weak, but his numbers are decent right now. Athletics, 100% hit rate, 33% hit rate. They're top 10. These guys are top 17. This one is looking decent also. I don't know why it's not showing up over here, but that's fine. I like this one too. The reason I like this one is the FIP is strong. The FIP is strong for both players. The ERA is good for both players. The overall picture is green over here. And then the batting is not that great, or they haven't faced them. So the only real risk right here would be from this guy, from these two guys, which is Butler and Langiers. And they are ranked 10th to get a run in the first inning. But you can see right here in the last 3, they haven't got anything. And in this season, they've gotten a 72% hit rate. So there is a risk there from Atlanta's side to get a run in the first inning. But I think the overall pitching and batting, everything like that, it looks decent. So I'm going to do A's versus Sox under first inning. Okay, I like that one too. All right, let's keep going here. Shane and Pittsburgh, is that a 2 games? Because this game said that they didn't have it. I don't know. They must be playing 2 games today, or there's a glitch here. 12:05, 4:05. Okay, so it's 2 different games. Bubba Chandler. Let's see. This one's looking decent too, but But I don't like this FIP right here. It's a 4 point something here. I don't like it, especially that they're going to be 2 games in a row. They're going to be tired. I don't know. I just don't like it. I'm going to skip it. This is 60% hit rate. I'm not going to touch that. These got too many red over here. I'm not touching that. The Boston Red Sox is missing their starter. They got the overall season 43%. Logan Gilbert has been getting hit. They got too many strong at bats. So batting average versus starter, there's too many of those. I'm skipping that. 60% hit rate. I'm not touching that. Let's see, 70%, 80% overall picture. Batting average, plate appearance. This one looks decent. This one looks somewhat okay, but the thing I don't like is the FIP is 4.1, and then the strong offense for Baltimore is number 6, and they get 76% hit rate. Plus, this guy has already hit him. This guy has already hit him. This one is strong, but let's see. I'm gonna skip it just because of the offense right here is number 6, and this guy gets 33% hit rate, 33% hit rate. And this guy's FIP is, you know what? This looks strong, man. I'm going to take this one. The biggest risk right here is the last 3 games. These guys have gotten a run in the first inning. And on this side, these guys are number 6. And they get 76% of the games they get a run in the first inning. So I'm skipping it for that reason, guys. Number 6 offense to get a run in the first inning and 76% hit rate in the this season. So I'm not touching that. All right, 50%. This is strong. Let's see. Number 1 offense for run in the first inning is the Cubs. Horrible. You might want to look at this one. No, I'm not doing that. Okay. No. This is just a bunch of red over here. I'm not touching that. You got a bunch of yellow, a bunch of red. I'm not touching that. This one is somewhat looking decent right here. Decent FIP, decent ERA. Number 4 offense for run in the first inning is Toronto, 77% hit rate. Number 2 offense. So I'm not touching this. Number 2 offense and number 4 offense, I'm not touching it. Now let's see. Dodgers and Arizona. Bunch of red. These guys 100% hit rate in their last. So you might want to look at the yes run first inning, but I wouldn't touch that because Yamamoto's a beast, and then Pafat, he's somewhat decent. Now, what I like to do, final 2 things, is I'm going to go back to my original list and take a closer look, is the Red Sox and the Mets, and then the Guardians and the Marlins, okay? So let me just kind of scroll up again and look for those two games. I'm just going to take a deeper dive into those 2 real quick. So Red Sox and Guardians. Here's the Guardians. So I skipped it because of the 60%. I skipped it. So I'm going to check that off that I don't like it. And then we're going to look for Boston. I think they were missing their starter. Yep. So we skipped over those because of those reasons. So that's the no run first inning, guys. So I do like Detroit and Pittsburgh on the under no run first inning. And then I took the A's and the Sox on the no run first inning. All right. I got a few more things to go through, guys, and then I'll be done. Again, guys, if you go to the link in the description, click on free picks. Also, if you like that tool that I've been showing you, I'm going to actually clean that up super nice. So if you guys want to check that out, 7 days for free, go to the link in the description and then click on join us here. If you put in the code word Vegas for the 1 month, you get 50% off for all the picks, including the soccer picks and stuff like that, because I've been following these polymarket traders, and it's been hitting decent for soccer. All right. Now, this thing is called the MLB convergence tool. This is pretty much a snapshot of what I've been talking about. So you can see the Angels. This is one of the reasons I already had kind of stayed away from mentally before I even looked at it. Another reason I stayed away from the Blue Jays is because of this right here, what I just showed you. This is the reason I went with the Marlins. Again, look how strong that looks before you even look at any other data. The convergence screen is a monster. And that's what I showed you guys. So right there, the Braves is looking very strong, and the Marlins, which are the 2 that I'm going to go with. Now, again, all of that stuff is going to be put in here, which is going to be the VIP verdict, and it'll be all that stuff in here, okay? Now, let me go in here. So what I used to do before, this is the last thing I'll talk about, is what I used to do before is I would have all these filters, and then it'll give me an Excel sheet, and then from that Excel sheet, it'll literally open up 15 tabs or however many batters. From hundreds of batters, it would bring it down to about 15 batters or 10 batters or whatever it is. And then from there, I would have another automation open up all those tabs inside of Outlier, and it would just literally take forever. And it would take my resources for my computer. So I had to literally open it up and walk away because it would take so long and resources. I couldn't do anything else. So because of all that, I said, you know what, I'm not going to keep doing this. So what I did instead is I said, this is what I look at. The reason I open up these windows is to process all the information that I've talked about on all these other videos. And I said, forget all that. I said, filter all that stuff out and then just give me the deep filter and actually show me what the hell I'm looking at without opening up these other tabs. So it took me another full day of work to get this done. But now every morning I get this from hundreds of batters. It literally breaks it down and it says, okay, these are the ones you should be looking at. And it's not 100% yet. So right here, all of these are showing a void, which I probably will, but at least it gives me the full breakdown of what I should be looking at, okay? So this is the last thing I'll talk about, guys, because I'm starting to get a headache. So here we go. So the deep filter right here is Ben Rice. It's saying that the last 10 games he's gotten 9 games in a row. He's gotten at least 1 hit, except for this game here against Minnesota. He's facing Mikolas with a weak 5.79 FIP. BVP, what this means is batter versus pitcher. So there is no data saying one way or the other if he's good or not. And then this dude on the road is almost at a 26% hit rate, which is somewhat decent. Against Washington, for 3 games that he's faced Washington, he's hitting at a 33% hit rate. Then you got the last 10 is a 3.7. So you can see pretty much he's getting 1 hit, 1 hit, 1 hit, 1 hit, 1 hit, 3 hits, 1 hit, 2 hits, 1 hit. So literally in the last 5 games over here, he's gotten, 8 hits, okay? So I do like this one. I will take this. Ben Rice to get 1 hit. The only thing that I don't like is that there's no batter versus pitcher data. So I'll do Ben Rice, 1 hit. Let's keep going. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to skip this one because look. So again, I'm still cleaning this up, guys. So that's the reason I'm not locked in 100% right here. But what I see right here is that he's super expensive at a 330. But what I see even worse is that he's faced this pitcher 3 times, plate appearance, and he's got 0 hits. So his batting average is 0%. So I'm going to make this very obvious. This is going to be up here somewhere, and it's going to say with a red flag, avoid it. It shouldn't even be in here, actually. The filter didn't work for this one. So I'm going to scratch this one. I'm not touching it. Let's go Carson Bench. No BVP, meaning no batter versus pitcher. The ERA is very good for the pitcher that he's facing, which is not good for us. That's why it's red. The splits at home, he doesn't really tend to get hits at home, which is not good. Versus Boston, in 1 game, he's got a 100% hit rate. So last 10. I'm going to skip this because this guy is very strong. This guy at home sucks. And there's no batter versus pitcher data. That's the reason I'm skipping this one. All right, Sal Stewart, no batter versus pitcher data, but Assad is not great. At home, this dude sucks. No BVP, no batter versus pitcher, 80% hit rate. Against Chicago, 14% in the last 7 games. I don't like it. Jeremy Pena, this dude's been a monster for years. He's going against Rocker, 3.11 BVP, so batter versus pitcher, 33%, which is decent. On the road, 26% versus Texas, 33%. I like this one. He faced this dude 3 times. He's gotten 1 hit. So I like this. I'm going to take Jeremy Pena, 1 hit. All right. Rumsfeld, we've gone with him a few times in the last couple of days, and you can see he's been pretty decent. 2 hits here, 1 hit here, 1, 3, 1, 1, 1, 2. Overall, in the last 4, he's gotten 4 hits. Last 10, he's got an 80% hit rate. At bats, 3.3. So there's a little gray background. So you can see right there, the gray background. What that is the plate appearance. So he's came up to bat 4 times right here, 5 times here, 3 times here. That's the reason you see the graph like that. So the gray one is the plate appearance, and the green one is the hits. Okay. Thanks for all you do. Yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. I know I've been talking for a while, so I'll kind of speed it up. We're almost done. So Rumsfeld is looking decent. He's facing this guy Mal, which is 3.38. He's faced him twice, and he's got an 100% hit rate. And this WOBA is amazing. So weighted on base percentage, meaning he doesn't only get singles, he gets like doubles or triples or home runs. That's what the WOBA means. So I do like this one. I don't like the fact that on the road he sucks, but everything else is matching towards him getting a hit. So I'm gonna do TJ Rumsfeld, and yeah, he's somewhat decent right here. His odds are actually very good based on him getting a hit. You can see DK and all that stuff. So it's a hitter. It's going to be a hit or miss on that one, but I'm still taking it. All right, Brian Reynolds, no BVP. He's facing this dude Sproat, 5.13, 80% hit rate in the last 10. You can see he's kind of dipping off. So you can see he's getting less at bats, and not only is he getting less at bats, he's getting less hits towards the end. Meaning, the last 4 to 5 games, he's not getting hits. I mean, he is getting hits, but he's facing the bat less times. He's coming up to bat less times, and he's getting barely 1 hit. I don't like that. All right, guys, that's about it, man. Let me see the last thing. What else? Let's see if this refreshed. Give me a second. No, that's about it, guys. All right. So thank you guys so much, man. Again, if you want the 1 month pass, check out the link in the description where it says 1 month and type in the word Vegas. You get 50% off for 1 month. Also, check out the Sharp Edge tool, 7 days for free on that. And if you check out the first link in the description, it takes you right to that Vegas coupon. And that's only going to be for the first 10 people. So it's not open forever. All right, guys. The last thing I'll say here is once this is ready, which should be this week, I'm actually going to put this out on Monday to the VIP members already. They're going to get first dibs on this. It's going to be for the first 10 people. They're going to get a 33% off coupon. And everything that I just talked about, which you can see it took me about 15 minutes to go through it, I can bring that down to do it in 15 minutes. And that's because all of this is going to be in here, and then you're going to be able to see what I see. And I would say 85 to 90% of the plays that I'm going to be doing from now on are going to be coming from this one page, which is going to be the VIP section of the Sharp Edge tool. So if you guys are interested in that, send me a text message, and then I'll be able to send you a link. But again, that's going out to the VIP members first. And I think I'm only going to do 33% for the first 25 people. After that, it's going to go up to $75 a month. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here, man. I appreciate you. I know I went on for a long time, but I appreciate you guys that are here. Let me just do a quick recap. I liked Miami. I liked Atlanta. Be careful with Atlanta. I'm going to go back and see why the line shifted away from them. So you make sure you want to be careful with the Braves. I'm taking Miami on the money line. The Pirates and Detroit on the under first inning. The Oakland Athletics. Is it still Oakland? I don't know. The A's versus the Sox under first inning. And then we got Jeremy Pena to get 1 hit, and then TJ Rumsfeld to get 1 hit. All right, guys. Thank you so much, man. I give you guys a ton of value. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much. Let's have a great day. Let me check the comment. Where's the best parlay? Just take 2 of the things I just talked about. Don't do 3. Do 2. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.